friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ariana, but you can call me Ari, and Happy New Year! Today is New Year's Eve when you're seeing this. It's also New Year's Eve when I am recording this. So yeah, I have a few books here that I want to share with you that I have collected over Christmas and have gotten as gifts, or I have ordered for myself, or books that I picked up a couple months ago that I have yet to read and that I plan on hopefully getting into my rotation for the next year. So let's just get started. So the first book we have is called The Attic Child by Lola J. It is a historical fiction novel based on true events of a young boy who was stripped away from his homeland to work as a servant for this explorer and is treated very poorly, and when he isn't working as a servant, he is locked away in an attic. And this starts in about the year 1900, and about 100 years later, another girl is banished away to the same attic, and she thinks that she has been the only child to ever be banished here, but then she finds little secrets and hidden gems that indicate that she is not the only one to have been sent away to this attic. I actually started this last night, and I'm only 22 pages in, but I am already loving the story. If you've read Flowers in the Attic, I don't know that it's going to be anything like this, but there are some similar themes that I see coming up potentially. So that's a great kind of indicator of what you could be expecting, but I feel like this is going to be even better than that for some reason. I just have a really good feeling about the writer and the writing, and yeah, can't wait to finish and continue working on this in the beginning of January. The next book we're going to talk about, you can already see what it is. It is Sula by Toni Morrison. I have a goal to read all of Toni Morrison's books eventually. I won't say in 2024, but we are definitely going to continue making strides to doing that this year. And we're gonna start with Sula potentially. From what I know about this book, this is a story of two girls and their friendship over time, and how it stands the test of time, life, and how whether or not they still end up friends, and how time and the things they experience affect their relationship. Knowing Toni Morrison, this is going to be a book that's I'm going to just eat it up. It's going to rip my heart out. I'm going to eat it up. And she just writes people so well. Like, relationships are so well written with Toni Morrison that I am going to probably just consume this in literally a day, because it's not that big. So yeah, this was a gift. So thank you, Santa. The next book I want to share with you is called Caste: The Origins of Our Discontents by Isabella Wilkerson. And I have been recommended this book by my aunt this February, and I'm just now getting it into my rotation, and I'm excited to dive into this. It's a lot about racism and about how the caste system was an American created idea that was utilized by the Nazis. So America was a big inspiration for Nazis, and it's also something that restricts, represses, marginalizes Black people and people of color. But she specifically, I think, goes into how it affects largely the Black community, and the difficulty of climbing the hierarchy, the impossibleness of this red tape, and trying to be successful, trying to live a life, the American dream, but how that is actually been made purposely difficult to do. And so she talks a little bit about that, and also offers ways for us to move past this system, to move past this idea, and to break those patterns. And so I'm really excited about this. This is going to be something that I'm probably going to take some time with, some highlighting, some notes. So maybe we'll do a video about it in the future when I finish it. but or a separate video, I mean, of it, just to dissect it. But I am excited to get into this and to expand my nonfiction reads this year for sure. The next one I want to share with you is one that I've had for a little while now, and I really need to get in on it. It is called Out by Natsuo Carino, and this is a story that takes place in Tokyo, Japan. And it follows a woman who works very, very hard. She's a mother, she works the night shift, and she is married to a very, very abusive husband. And she ends up strangling this husband, and her co-workers end up helping her hide the body. But it doesn't stop there. I think she comes forward at some point, or someone comes forward and admits to this, and chaos ensues, and it throws her into the underbelly of the Japanese society and culture, in the darkest parts of what's going on. And yeah, we just kind of go from there. So I'm excited. It seems like a thriller. It seems like there may be some comedy going on too, which I love some dark humor. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Let's get this in the rotation. It's been here for too long. We got to start getting these books read. Okay, so the next one is a book that I've been thinking about picking up for a while, but for some reason I've been just like, I don't know. This is Stephen King's A Memoir of the Craft on Writing, and I mentioned, I think in my last video, my goals video, that a writing vlog is something that I really would like to do. And anyway, that's not really the point. The point is, I do write. I like to write. It's been a long time since not a long time, it's been like a month or two since I've actually dedicated some time to the practice of dedicating energy to my stories. But Stephen King is a world-renowned writer with so many books that were successful, some that were flops. But when you write as many books as he has, it's hard. Not everything is going to be perfect. But I would love to hear about what his techniques are and whatever advice he has. I've heard good things about it. I've read good reviews about it. So it can't hurt. It can only help. So yes. Okay, the next one, yeah, The Daughters of the Deer by Danielle Daniel. First of all, I really just love this color. I like the simple, like the soft blue and the pink and this just, what do you call that? It's not pastel, is it? Maybe it is. Color wheel. Anyway, this is also a historical fiction. Not also, but like this is a historical fiction. And it starts in, yes, the year 1657. We start with Marie, who is a gifted healer in her clan, and she is essentially sentenced to marry this man that she does not want to marry to help create English allies for her clan so that she can help save her people from starvation and from the horrors that are colonization. And so she doesn't want to do this, but she ends up doing it. And then 20 years later, she has a child who at this time is 17, and her child wants to marry or be with a woman. But her father, Marie's husband, has said to her that she has to marry this particular man, or else he has to pay a huge debt. And so it's either she marries this man and saves the family, or she defies everyone and falls into sin and is the outcast and causes all this chaos. The next one is a memoir, and it's called Don't Touch My Hair by Emma DeBerry. And in this one, she does a social political analysis on Black hair and the conversations that arise around Black hair always and forever. I know I'm not the only one here who has probably had someone tried to touch their hair, or has successfully reached and grabbed their hair, or has asked all kinds of impersonal questions about their hair. When I was in kindergarten, fun fact, there was this kid who thought that my hair was sticking up and thought that it was not supposed to do that, so he cut my hair. So the way our hair defies gravity, he thought that was strange, and he took it upon himself to take scissors and cut my hair without my knowing, and showed me afterwards what he'd done. He definitely got in trouble for that. And this book I'm excited about it because goodness gracious, hair for me was such a big deal, and it was such a defining factor of my person that cutting it or it being too short or looking a certain way, I would feel less of myself. And over time, learning that my hair is not what defines me. So I'm excited to read this. I'm always looking for something that takes these issues that are specific to Black women and gives me something that I can connect to and relate to and have a sip of wine and be like, yes, girl, this is exactly what I needed. So I hope this is everything I need. I trust and believe that it is everything I need. The next book we have is by none other than Toni Morrison. It is Song of Solomon. And this was also a gift. A couple of these were gifts that I didn't mention were gifts, but anyway, I know that this book, which is interesting, it starts with a man who jumps off the building of Mercy Hospital because he believes he can fly. And so he jumps to his death. And at the same exact time, the first ever Black child is born into Mercy Hospital. And his name is Milkman Dead. And that moment kind of feels like the butterfly effect to me. Like this chain reaction, how things are all kind of interconnected, and our past influences our present and our future, and they all kind of come together. So this is going to be what I believe is going to be like a coming of age story. We're gonna watch him grow up. He is mostly raised by women in his family, and I know from reading descriptions of it that he is very bored and apathetic about life, and he is such a product of his environment, a product of his past. And yeah, that's what I know. I'm excited because, like I said, I know Toni Morrison always takes something that seems like just a slice of life, a slice of someone's life, a moment, and really just gives it so much depth and so much emotion and power, and the language and the way she writes is just so good. The last book I'm going to share is called The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. This book came out in the year 2020. It has a little bit of a dystopian vibe to it. The cover kind of looks like a video game. From what I know about this book, it is about not at all. It is about 5 young adults who are coming together from representing different boroughs and saving the city from an evil force. So it's like the Avengers, and they're superheroes, and they're saving the city from evilness. And I think it's gonna definitely have some social commentary, definitely things about gentrification and about the changing of the city and who the city is for now, and who gets to be a part of the conversations, and all kinds of deep thinking things. And I'm doing so well. We're describing these books so well, y'all, so well. So yes, that's that, and that is all 8 of the books that I wanted to share with you. Say bye, Romeo. He's busy. Yeah, that is all. That is it. I don't know where we're starting. I know we're obviously going with The Attic Child first because I just couldn't resist starting this. It was calling to me, and I'm the type of reader who is a mood reader, so I will make a January TBR video, but we'll see by the end of January if I actually stick to the things that I said I was going to read, or if I veer off the path. Isn't that the fun of it? Just kind of reading what feels good. And I wanted to start the year with something light. I was gonna be like, I'm gonna start the year light, because I read Parable of the Talents, which is pretty heavy. I read Out There Screaming, which is a horror. And now this isn't a light book at all. This is about children locked away in an attic. So we're not starting off light, but we're starting off where we want to. And I hope you're doing the same for yourself. Take care of yourself this evening. Have fun, be safe. If you're spending it alone, have some time to yourself. Read a book, reflect, enjoy your company, watch a movie, have a sip of wine, have a little drink, you know, or if you're with friends or family, I hope you all have a wonderful new year, and I'll see you in 2024, y'all. Bye.